Archaeologists do exhaustive work around the world, searching for all types of artifacts and historical objects, from an ancient egg with white and yolk to secrets of the ancient stone slab of Saint-Belec. Welcome to a new video. Today we will count down the 17 greatest archaeological discoveries of all time. If you like this type of content, subscribe to our channel. It's free. Now, let's get started. Number 17. Egg with liquid white and yolk. In Britain, archaeologists discovered a chicken egg from a unique era of the Roman Empire, preserved with liquid in its contents. The discovery was made in Buckingham and was found with other artifacts on a Roman road, suggesting that the site was used for offerings and rituals. Of the 4 eggs found, only one remained intact with its liquid contents, probably a mixture of white and yolk. The discovery provides new data on ancient agriculture in the region. According to archaeologists from the Natural History Museum, this is the oldest known avian find for its preservation of an egg with everything and its contents. Number 16. Former ruler. In 2014, archaeologists in Athens made an incredible discovery: a wine cup divided into 12 parts, which according to scientists belonged to Pericles, the legendary Athenian leader whose reign became a golden age for Athens. This historical artifact is now a relic of Greek mythology. The epigraphy is an inscription that includes the names of 7 men, among whom are Pericles and presumably his brother Ariphron. The inscriptions engraved on the bowl became visible only under certain conditions. Inspection of the artifact found the name of Ariphron, which stands out next to the name of Pericles and indicates a deep connection between these figures. It is assumed that the cup was used during Pericles' youth at the symposium, where participants traditionally engrave their names as a sign of remembrance. This discovery offers a unique experience of understanding the culture and customs of ancient Greek society. It also allows us to look into the past and feel connection with ancient times. Number 15. The largest meteorite that fell to Earth. The mysteries of space always excite the Earth, and meteorites serve as evidence of mysterious visits from outer space to Earth. They are an example of something so incredible. In this case, the guest is the Hoba meteorite discovered in Namibia, which to this day inspires admiration for its size and history. Unlike the Tunguska meteorite, which generated many questions and assumptions, Hoba is tangible evidence of space travel to our planet. Its weight is 60 tons. This gigantic piece of metal decorated with ancient rust today flaunts in the amphitheater built especially for it and is one of the main attractions of Namibia. The discovery of meteorites began in 1918 when farmer Jacobs Briss, while plowing the land, came across something unusual. First, he was trying to tear off the lump, and then carefully examining, he discovered that there was iron in front of him. Meteorite whose composition was later determined to be 81% iron and 17% nickel. This discovery became a sensation. After all, little was known then about the meteorites, and the farmer, they dreamed big. The space guest turned out to be so complicated to transport that it had to be left in its resting place. Since then, the Hoba meteorite eventually decreased in weight to 63 tons through chemical erosion and vandalism. It was taken under protection and recognition as national heritage. Today, Hoba is not only a monument surprising for its size, but it is also a live lesson in history and astronomy, reminding us how small and at the same time how unimportant we are in this vast universe. And although tourists continue to go out there, each scratch is quickly hidden under a layer of rust. Conditionally, nature itself blurs the boundaries between the earthly and the spatial. Number 14. United States giants. At the end of the 10th century, deep in the dense forest of North America, near a small settlement now known as the Black Hills of South Dakota, there was a discovery that shook the world. A local forestry scientist at the time was walking along these usual routes when he came across something unusually large sticking out of the ground. He was surprised by what looked like a stone due to its unusual size and shape, and decided to invite a group of archaeologists from the nearby university. When excavations began, archaeologists discovered that the stone is actually part of a giant. The stone sarcophagus inside was found well. The preserved human remains exceeded 3 meters in length. This discovery caused much controversy among scientists, some of whom claimed that this discovery could shed light on the existence of ancient giants mentioned in many legends and cultural myths around the world. Despite the important interests of the scientific community, more information about the discovery and the object itself were lost over time. Only a couple of photos taken during excavations and several entries in the personal diaries of the participants remained. These expeditions have remained to this day. Although the photos are not very clear due to the limited technology of the time, they demonstrate the enormous size of the skeleton compared to the people who excavated it. The Black Hills area is rich in history, and the secrets still attract explorers and adventure hunters of those who want to reveal the mysteries of ancient civilizations, and it is possible to find lost archaeological treasures. So, the story is about archaeology. The discovery of an ancient giant man remains one of the most mysterious, one of the unsolved pages in history. Number 13. Archaeological crocodiles in a Christian church. Imagine that you enter a church and there is a crocodile. It sounds like the beginning of a joke, but this is a true story of the medieval temples of Europe that were actually decorated with stuffed reptiles. Let's see the story of the crocodile of the Seville Cathedral. It was established in the 10th century thanks to King Alfonso X, who received it as a gift from the Egyptian emir after his death. The reptiles pulled their skin onto the wooden base and were hung under the ceiling of the cathedral in Italy at the sanctuary of the Blessed Virgin Mary. One of the crocodiles mercifully hangs on Curtatone that remembers the proximity of evil for 5 centuries. Another in the Chapel of the Virgin Mary, and another is in storage. In different versions, it is said that it was brought by the Crusaders or arrived in the city itself in 1589 in the Church of Santa Maria. 40 kilometers from St. Petersburg, priest Oleg Emelianenko installed a real zoo in the Church of the Savior Spiridon, where, among other animals, a stuffed Nile crocodile also lives. This is not a myth, but part of religion and cultural tradition that reflects historical connections and beliefs of the past. Number 12. Centennial artifact in the shape of snakes. Archaeologists discovered 4 cobras in an ancient artifact that represents a figure of a snake that is probably used in ancient rituals. The discovery was made by a group of researchers from National Tsinghua University in Taiwan. It was discovered in a sand dune in the northwest of the island, in an area with a rich archaeological past. It is assumed that this figure made in the shape of a snake could serve as a ceramic vessel intended for rituals. Associate Professor of the Tsinghua Institute of Anthropology, Hung Lin Chiu, noted that the figurine resembles a cobra with its head raised and characteristic folds on the neck, which makes its unique evidence of ancient cult practicing snakes, being a frequent symbol of religion and mythology, associated with the cycle of life and death that symbolizes creation and transition. Scientists suggest that the snake hand could actively decorate the sacrificial vessel used in ancient ceremonies and rituals. Number 11. Priests of the Tomb of 3,000 Years. Archaeologists from Japan and Peru recently opened 3 tombs of a priest in Cajamarca, Peru. This tomb is older than the pyramids of Egypt. The ancient mound was located deep in the Andes, far from the noisy cities of the interior, a tomb containing 2 impressive ceramic figures. One shows a human face, and the other a terrifying jaguar. And believe me, to get to this treasure, the archaeologist had to dig through 6 layers of dirt and ashes. The incredible priest was one of the first spiritual leaders in the Andes, and according to the scientist, he administered the temples of this team. Scientists have been digging in the area for 18 years, and each time they discover something new and impressive underground. Number 10. A gold ring found in Krakow. This 9th and 10th century artifact features a double-sided design unique to Polish history. In contrast to the typical Christian decoration symbols of that era, a ring with 2 faces may indicate connection with Janus, the Roman god. Featuring transitions that have no analogues to Greek mythology, This rare find demonstrates a high level of skill of its creators. The ring has a thickness of 1.5 diameters and a circumference of 57 mm. It is distinguished by its complex finish, which makes it exceptional among other pieces of early medieval jewelry found in Poland, which generally had no ornaments, just simple geometric patterns. Explorer Eric Szczebiński emphasizes the uniqueness of this Piast dynasty ring by suggesting that it could be made by local artisans and possibly belong to the highest stratum of society at the time. It was found in the basement of a tower, built by order of Władysław II Jogaila at the time of reconstruction of the ancient castle. Number 09. Roman Giant. Archaeologists discovered near Rome a unique ancient human skeleton with gigantism, with a height of 202 centimeters. This man stood out among his contemporaries in the 3rd century, where the average height was approximately 167 centimeters. Gigantism is an extremely rare phenomenon that affects approximately 3 people per million and is associated with the pituitary gland in childhood. Partial skeletons were previously found in Poland and Egypt, presumably indicating gigantism. However, the Roman find became the first confirmed case of an ancient skeleton found in 1991 during excavations. The unusual length of the tomb and later studies have confirmed the features. Bone researchers discovered cranial damage linked to pituitary tumors and disproportionality with gigantism. The skeleton was found without artifacts, and its burial was no different from the traditions of that time, which speak of its acceptance by society. The symbolism of this find highlights the interest of Roman high society towards people with physical disabilities and anomalies. Number 8. The Stone Age Pyramids of Eurasia. In Kazakhstan, near a village, archaeologists discovered a hexagonal stone pyramid, and its construction dates back to the Bronze Age of around 2000 BC. Drawings of animals and horse bones especially appear on the walls. Ceramics, gold earrings, and other decorations were also found. This suggests that the pyramid was a cultural center in ancient times. Number 7. The times when people were buried with dogs and horses. Near Verona, Italy, archaeologists discovered an ancient burial site where people were buried with animals dating back to before the Romans. A study published at the time revealed that in addition to the human bodies, the remains of dogs and horses were found in the tombs, a rarity in archaeology. It causes interest in scientists to understand the meaning of these burials. Of 161 burials examined in the necropolis near Verona dating back to the late Iron Age, 1 in 10 contained animals. In 4 cases, dog remains were found, and the horses were found to be unrelated to the bodies, which became especially significant for scientists attempting to establish a connection between human and animal remains through demographic and genetic pre-5. The data was inconclusive and showed that the people and animals buried were not related by family ties. The burials varied from baby dogs buried with an adult to horse remains. Diversity opens spaces for different interpretations of the assumption about the symbolic meaning of dogs and horses in ancient cultures, and also about possible unknown funerary rituals. Number 6. Rituals in the rock that cover 100 generations. Argentine scientists have discovered that ancient cave paintings in Patagonia are much older than previously assumed. Radiocarbon dating revealed that the rock image dates back to approximately 6,200 BC in the late Holocene era, ahead of the previous estimate of thousands of years. In this underground gallery, 895 unique cabins have been found united into 446 thematic groups. Research showed that the cave was used as a place to transfer knowledge between hundreds of generations of hunter-gatherers who overcame the challenges of ancient Patagonia's harsh climate. Thanks to the exchange of information through drawings on the rock, these drawings are a cultural record, a legacy of ancient generations left behind. Number 5. Legacy of ancient Thai culture. The culture of northwestern Thailand surprises archaeologists with its unique funerary customs, burial sites where people found their final rest in Istika coffins, decorated with complex patterns that indicate a highly developed level of spiritual connection. Researchers of Iron Age culture conducted DNA analysis of ancient people from Germany and Thailand to reveal relationships between different communities between 2,300 years BC in Mae Hong Province. A mystery culture TTX DNA analysis was performed on the 5 ancient coffins, demonstrated and revealed that genetic diversity played a key role in funerary traditions, emphasizing the importance of family ties when choosing a burial site. This study became a breakthrough in Southeast Asian archaeology, presenting the first genetic analysis and cultural connections of ancient communities. Despite the difficulties, the preservation of DNA in tropical climates played a fundamental role. Scientists have identified 2 main genetic lines associated with agriculture, indicating deep connections in the Yangtze and Yellow River valleys in China. Number 4. Figures engraved on stones that were revealed by the drought and river water level. The Brazilian Amazon region reached a historic low that led to the discovery of people and other figures engraved in ancient stone that are more than 2,000 years old. Petroglyphs that include images of animals and other natural forms have been found on banks of the Rio Negro. The archaeological monument known as Ponta das Lajes, according to researchers, the age of the drawings ranges between 1 and 2,000 years. Apart from images of faces and water, there are also grooves that indicate that the place was used for human activities. Archaeologists discovered stone tools and 25 groups of engravings in the rock, indicating that this place was also used to sharpen various instruments. Additionally, ceramic fragments were found in this place. Although the place is recognized as an archaeological site, the petroglyphs have not yet been studied. And what other secrets do you think are hidden in the Amazon? Share your thoughts in the comments. Number 3. A couple from the United States with a strange story. In 1875, in downtown Philadelphia, workers discovered 2 mummified bodies of a man and a woman who presumably died in 1792. This information has subsequently not been refuted in Ellen Bogan's family records or other supporting documents. Despite its existence, no evidence was found, and the bodies went through a process of turning into soap mummies. Due to specific features of the burial conditions, the fat turned into soap mass, slowing decomposition. The man is more saponified compared to the woman who has remains of hair and scalp. They supposedly died at a later date than previously thought, which was initially confirmed by finding round-headed pins, a manufacturing technology that only appeared in 1824. The man was probably engaged in his physical work and had a health problem in his bones, but there were degenerative changes in his cervical spine. In both, the internal organs were preserved, but in the man there was poor oral hygiene, resulting in most of his teeth falling out during life. The woman died at approximately 30 from health problems, including stones in the uterus, gallbladder, and calcification. The lady is now on display at the Mutter Museum, and the man is in the storage facility of the Smithsonian Natural History Museum, where scientists are trying to unlock his secrets. Number 2. The oldest accounts in America. An archaeological team from the University of Wyoming has found the oldest famous bead in North America. It is the site of ancient giants. At this site, there are remains of an old hunting camp and remains of a young mammoth. Studies were carried out, the results of which were published in a scientific journal. Reports revealed a find of bone beads. This item is made of 7 m long and 1.6 m wide hair bones. It probably served as a decorative decoration for clothing. The edges smoothed and covered in red ochre on the outside. The beads have grooves indicating the fact that it was made using stones or teeth to determine origin of the bone material. Scientists at the University of Washington performed a spectrometric analysis of collagen. The analysis confirmed the first convincing evidence of hair use in the ancient era, dating back to approximately 12,000 years ago. The Clovis era is known for its discoveries of characteristic stone tools, named after the Clovis Archaeological Site in New Mexico. Number 1. Secrets of the Ancient 4,000-year-old stone slab of Saint-Belec. Scientists have been actively researching it since its discovery in 2014. Researchers believe that the ancient stone slab may hide directions to treasures based on images and symbols. This single artifact and the slate were first found in western France in 1900, but the mystery of the slab remained unsolved and remained in the castle for over a century until scientists studied it again. The slab measures 2 by 15 m and is a map of the Brittany region on which rivers, mountains, and other natural objects are engraved. Something interesting is a gap in the slab, which may indicate ancient settlements or mounds, and compared to modern drawings, maps of Britain were discovered with a staggering 80% coincidence research of this ancient discovery. The map goes on to cover the area of 30 by 21 kilometers, and it may take scientists up to 15 years to complete surveys and excavations near the site. The slabs have already brought new fragments used in the construction of ancient tombs. We come to the end of this video. Tell us your opinion in the comments box. If you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss future videos like this one. See you next time!